advance for the construction that I know you can hear outside. I'm going a little crazy. I can't escape it in my own home, so just letting you know what's going on right off the bat. So I decided not to do a vlog this weekend and opted instead to just do a typical like sitting in front of the camera type of thing, because I've had some things on my mind and I just felt like sitting down and just talking about it for a little while instead of my normal kind of format. So I've been thinking a lot lately about and seeing a lot about this idea of living life to the fullest, which is a cliche that we often use to mean like living a more exciting and meaningful life. And this is an idea that like I completely understand. It was big on my mind when I was in high school and probably even in college, because most of us want to live a life that has meaning, especially when we're younger and we feel like all of our decisions are made for us and we're like, I just want to live a life that has meaning to me, that's more exciting. We want to live a life that has meaning. I think that's just like basic human nature. But I also think this idea of like living life to the fullest has been kind of interpreted and transformed into something kind of flawed. Whether it's the internet or social media, or it's just like become this different idea over time, I don't know. But I think the idea of living a meaningful life has become a life that is deemed meaningful by others rather than yourself. As in like a life of external validation, whether that's thousands of followers on Instagram or a sold out crowd at Madison Square Garden or millions of subscribers that like watch your daily life on YouTube. And I understand this point of view and I understand why we easily fall into this idea, but I think there's a problem with it, because I don't know how we got to a point where a life of fame or success or power has become inherently more meaningful than a life lived quietly. When I first started vlogging, I did it because it looked fun and I was bored and I wanted to connect with people in a way that I wasn't in my day-to-day life. But I was worried, and I still am at times, that no one would like it or would want to watch it or would care, because my life isn't that exciting. I am not a full-time YouTuber, so I don't have time to spend like traveling to different countries and spending the day just hanging out with my other cool YouTube friends, or just doing whatever I want to that day that I think would be exciting for other people to watch. Like, I don't have every day to spend doing that. And to be honest with you, like, I'm not even sure if that's what I would want. I like a quiet weekend. I like staying home all weekend with my cat and watching Netflix, and like just driving to Target when I need a minute of fresh air. And obviously there are days where I wish I was doing more, but there are also days when I don't. And just because I don't have millions of you tuning into my life every week, it doesn't make my life any less meaningful in its own way. A meaningful life is not defined by your ability to make others notice or care about you, or by a follower count, or by the number of people who pay attention to you at a party. It's not defined by others, it's defined by you. I think it's totally fine to work an 8 to 5 job sitting at a desk. I think it's totally fine to make the same damn cup of coffee in your home every morning. I also think it's fine to Instagram that cup of coffee to your 5 or your 5,000 Instagram followers. I grew up in a really small town, and to be honest, I used to judge people who were perfectly happy living their simple, quiet lives. You know, I always wondered why they didn't care more about themselves to do something more with their life, or whatever the hell that meant. And I don't know when something changed, but I've come to realize that I was totally wrong to judge those people. Because some of the moments in my life that have felt the most meaningful to me are the ones that don't look that exciting from the outside looking in. It's volunteering at an animal shelter for a couple hours a week just to know that these animals have clean blankets and food bowls for another night. It's giving someone a thoughtful gift that maybe didn't cost a lot of money, but made me feel like I knew them. It's when a video gets one single comment from someone that says I made them laugh or smile or just feel better for a minute. And I don't want you to be unhappy or feel like you're not doing enough because you spend every day at school and working at McDonald's, or because you're writing research papers on Julius Caesar rather than writing the next great American novel or whatever, or because you make videos every week consistently to 10 subscribers instead of 10 million. Just because you're not doing something life-altering doesn't mean you're not doing something. And just because you're not affecting millions of people's lives doesn't mean you're not greatly bettering one. I just don't want you to regret your life because it feels small. I want you to love your life because you're enjoying every moment of it. Even the small ones, even the ones where you spend it in a bad mood, even the days where you waste it all laying in bed, even the days you're inevitably going to spend doing things you don't want to do or that don't feel worth your time. I've found I love my life just as much when I spend a Friday night sitting at home reading a book as I do spending it out with my friends and posting it all on Snapchat. The only thing that makes me unhappy is when I put unrealistic standards on things to make them meaningful by other people's standards. I'll say it again, your life is not defined by others, it's defined by you. Only you can decide your life has meaning because no one else can tell you that it does. The key is that you have to believe it. And that's something I wish I'd figured out a little sooner. That happiness wasn't gonna come when this happened or when that happened. It would come when I chose to be happy. And I could be happy right now if I chose to be. Because honestly, there's always going to be something that's not perfect or something that could be better. And I just don't want you to live your life chasing a moving target. And if you do, I hope you enjoy yourself during the chase and you're not waiting to be happy and never reaching that goal because it's constantly changing or it's never perfect enough. There were quite a few of you in my recent survey that I did that mentioned your biggest struggle in life right now was not living life to the fullest or not feeling like you were doing enough with your life. And that's a feeling that I relate to so much and I completely understand because I have been there for such a long time and only recently have I kind of figured out that that idea wasn't conducive to happiness. So I feel like in the past year or so I've tried to change my thinking a little bit and this is where I'm at currently. It may not be perfect, it's probably going to change in the next 2, 5, 10 years, but this is where I'm at now and I feel like I'm on a path where I'm going in the right direction and I feel happier with myself because I've changed my thinking about what living your life to the fullest really means. And as someone who is very future oriented and is always thinking about what I could be doing tomorrow or the day after that or years from now, I know how easy it is to get into the thinking of like, I'm not doing enough now to change tomorrow. But I also know from doing this that it can be a very negative thought spiral. So I hope this video kind of helps you put it into perspective a little bit or at least try to think about things differently. I know it's not going to happen with the snap of a finger, like you're not going to start feeling better tomorrow, but I hope this starts kind of helping you think about it differently and get on a better thought path to what living your life to the fullest should mean. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I just rambled a bunch, but if you have any other thoughts or comments that you want to leave me or others in the comments, feel free to do so. I'd love to encourage that. I also try to respond to everything, so if you leave a comment, I'll probably answer you, or at least like it if I like it. And we'll be back to our regularly scheduled vlogs next weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon with another one. Bye guys!